okay, the name Wicked Thoughts, was that inspired by anything in particular?
Nah. So one day I'm just in school. I'm having wicked thoughts about this guy. I'm like, man, I'm having wicked thoughts. What the fuck? And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, wicked thoughts. That sound hard. And so then that's just how that. It was no like I seen something off the internet or like some fucking magazine. Wicked thoughts just came in my head one day, and I'm like, I'm rolling with that.
I like it because we all have that, and it's on you to not act upon it.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. And I think it just roll off the tongue the right way, like wicked thoughts. Like, yeah, I got this brand, Wicked Thoughts. Like, damn, nigga, that's hard.
That's like the biggest thing when it comes to choosing a brand name is to find something that's not like clumsy or awkward, that just sort of sounds inherently cool,
right,
but isn't obvious, hasn't been done to death. It's a tricky fucking thing.
How'd you come up with the name No Jumper?
It was so just whatever. Like we made a big list of like a bunch of different rap lyrics that kind of like sounded cool. Mm-hmm. One of the ones that I didn't use, like for example, was like Up North Trips, because I just thought it sounded hard because it's a song name and shit.
Yeah.
And then I realized like, oh, there's a blog already called that, so I'm not gonna do that. But there was just like a list of all these different bars that just sounded hard, and I just picked that one. And I felt like it was a good metaphor because it's like, you know, we're doing interviews with people who maybe are not the superstars, especially at that time, but they're in the game, they're doing something, and I'm curious about them, even if they're not the number one person in their field or whatever, which is all still to this day. That's what I want to do, is like have interesting conversations regardless of if that person's necessarily going to be a huge draw, you know?
But isn't that crazy to where it's like that was always your motive, and then like out of nowhere, I mean, it's not like you can't notice, but you've made like a lot of stars from just having that genuine, like, yo, I just want to know about you. You seem interesting to me.
Yeah.
And then now, like, they're big and huge, and you be like, damn, like you could reflect on their whole career because you've seen it.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think why I was drawn to podcasting, because I always think to myself, like, it's kind of weird that you gravitated so to like making content rather than doing a brand. Because I see what you're doing, and sometimes there's like a part of me that's like, it would be such dope life to just have this one goal to build this cool ass thing and just work on that day in, day out. I feel like this is so different because I have to learn a different person every time I do an interview. You know, I have to, even if I feel like I'm going crazy on top of the world, I still have to like humble myself to have a conversation with someone who's a lot of time in the very early part of their career, you know?
Right.
Something about that just kind of is addictive to me.
Yeah, but that make you the man. You know what I'm saying? Like every time like your name come up in the room, I always vouch for it. Hey, and I always say that. Like, man, Adam been fucking with me from the very start, so watch your mouth, man.
Was it the Cluxbuster logo? Yeah. That was why I reached out. Okay,
yeah, no, but we reached out to you. I was TK and Picasso.
Right.
Those my mans, and they was like, man, I'm like, man, I would love to get some shit on Adam. He was like, what? TK was like, man, he's so cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just see what happened. And like, I met you and you was hella chill. I'm like, yo, I fuck with bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing with me. Like, I'm not really like, I don't care if you big or if you small. Like, I care about who you are as a person.
Right.
And so when I felt you out for the first time, I'm like, yeah, I rock with bro. You know what I'm saying? 100.
I appreciate that you found like a tattooed white bald guy to fucking represent your anti-racist shirt. That's very woke of you.
Nah, and honestly, like, don't get me wrong. People was like, yo, what the fuck? But I'm like, nah, chill. He cool. You know what I'm saying?